They all said it was the smart move, safer, better care, friendly faces, but just 3 months in, I felt invisible, like a ghost inside my own story. This video isn't meant to scare you. It's here to protect you, because too many seniors only realize the truth after it's too late. We're going to walk through 6 hard lessons no one warned you about, and I'll be honest. Lesson number 4, it could quietly shatter your relationship with your own children if you don't see it coming. Stay with me. You deserve to know what's really waiting behind those nursing home doors. Hi, I'm Michael. A few years ago, I helped my mom move into a nursing home when she turned 74. At the time, it felt like the responsible choice. But it didn't take long for me to realize we had no idea what we were walking into. Things started to wear her down. I watched her spirit fade, and I blamed myself. If you're over 60, or if you're caring for an aging parent, this video could be the moment that helps you avoid the painful lessons we had to learn the hard way. Please, don't. Wait until it's too late. Lesson 1. The silent isolation, from power to emptiness. I still remember Mr. Douglas. He once led a company with hundreds of employees. People respected him. His calendar was always full. But after moving into the nursing home, everything changed. At first, they gave him a warm welcome, gift basket, friendly tour, promises of community. But within a few short weeks, his phone stopped ringing. The colleagues he mentored moved on. The neighbors he helped for years vanished. Even his kids, caught in the whirlwind of daily life, stopped showing up. He began eating alone, every single day. This isn't rare. According to the CDC, 1 in 3 nursing home residents suffers from chronic loneliness. And loneliness isn't just a sad feeling. It's deadly. It raises the risk of depression, cognitive decline, and premature death. But here's the painful truth. Being physically surrounded by people is not the same as being truly seen. Nursing homes often run on strict schedules. Individuality fades, stories go untold, and slowly, so does the person inside. So before you or someone you love makes that move, ask yourself, who will still visit? Who will still care enough to, call? Who will remember who I was before all this? Because once that identity disappears, it's hard to get it back. A glossy brochure might promise connection, but real connection doesn't live on a calendar. It lives in people who still see you. And sadly, isolation is just the beginning. Lesson 2, the cost you didn't expect. When your health declines and your savings disappear, 85% of people over 65 face a major health crisis they could have prevented if only they had the right daily habits. Let's talk about the hidden price no one warns you about. Not just dollars, but what those dollars actually buy. Today, the average cost of a private room in a U.S. nursing home is over $9,000 per month. That's more than $100,000 a year. You'd think, for that kind of money, you'd get peace of mind and top-tier care. But too often, the reality is rushed nurses, long wait times, and meals full of processed food that a cardiologist wouldn't touch. And the impact? It's not just emotional, it's physical. Many residents quickly experience worsening mobility, fragmented sleep, and elevated stress levels, all of which speed up health decline. We came across a real-life story out of Minnesota. 2 sisters in their 70s. One moved into a senior facility. The other stayed home with part-time care and a few lifestyle tweaks. A year later, the sister who stayed home had lower blood pressure, stronger bones, and more daily energy. Why? Because familiar surroundings reduce anxiety. Daily routines protect. Mental health and having control, even over small things like meal times or bedtime, makes a huge difference. So yes, nursing homes may offer care, but ask yourself, at what cost? Financially, physically, mentally. Because once your savings are gone and your health is slipping, you'll realize the real cost wasn't just money, it was your independence. And sadly, The toughest decision is still ahead. Lesson 3. The control dilemma. Independence or obedience. Here's the choice no one prepares you for. Stay close to your family, but play by their rules, or keep your independence, but live with the risk of being alone. Imagine this. You're 73. You've slowed down a little. Your energy isn't what it used to be. Your daughter gently says, "Dad, it's time to let go of the house. Come live near us, or think about assisted living." It sounds reasonable, even loving, but then the fine print appears. You give up your car, your morning routines, your quiet evenings, your right to decide when and what you eat. Suddenly, you're not living life. You're being managed. The other option? Staying on your own terms. But if you fall, who's there? If you forget your meds, who notices? There's no easy answer here. But after what I've seen, here's what matters most. It's not where you live. It's how much of you gets to stay. Because if assisted living means strict schedules, group showers, and being told when to sleep or socialize, you might still be breathing, but you won't feel alive. My advice, start planning before someone else does it for you. Talk to your kids now. Set clear boundaries. Consider home care or hybrid solutions that protect both dignity and safety. Because once control slips away, getting it back is almost impossible. And as you'll see in the next lesson, losing control is just the start of something much harder. Lesson 4. When love turns into guilt, the fallout. No one warns you about a father stopped speaking to his son because he felt like he'd been abandoned. This one still gets to me. We met Mr. Harris down in Florida, a proud father, a widower, a man who spent years raising his son on his own. When his health began to decline, his son, exhausted from balancing work, family, and caregiving, finally made the call. He moved his dad into a senior care facility. Everyone around him said, "You did the right thing." But Mr. Harris didn't see it that way. He said, "I carried that boy through life, and now he drops me off like I'm furniture he doesn't need anymore." It wasn't anger, it was heartbreak. And his son? He was blindsided. He thought he was helping. But the decision had been made for his father, not with him. This is where so many families fall apart, not because of bad intentions, but because of silence. No real conversation, no shared plan, just quiet assumptions and rushed decisions. And the result? Guilt, resentment, distance that sometimes never heals. So what's the lesson here? Bring your loved one into the process. Talk honestly, early, acknowledge their fears, respect their story, give them a say, even if it's hard. Because losing physical strength is one thing, but feeling like your own child gave up on you, that's the kind of pain that lingers. And if you think this is the hardest part, Lesson 5 reveals the regret most people never see coming, until it's too late. Lesson 5. The warning from the front lines. What doctors really see. Dr. James Walker has treated over 300 older adults, and he says the real tragedy isn't disease. It's watching dignity slowly vanish. We sat down with Dr. James. Walker, a senior geriatric specialist with over 2 decades in practice. He's worked everywhere, from private homes to large-scale nursing facilities, from small towns in Iowa to busy clinics in New York. When we asked him, "What's the hardest part of your job?" he didn't even blink. "It's watching people disappear while they're still alive," he said. He told us about former firefighters, school principals, war veterans, people who once led others, now needing permission just to go outside or eat what they like for dinner. He shared the story of Mrs. Harper, 84 years old. She used to be a music teacher and played the piano every morning. But when she moved into a care facility, they didn't have a piano. Within months, her memory began to slip. Her motivation faded. She rarely smiled. Her decline wasn't physical, Dr. Walker said. It was emotional. No one took away her health. They took away her reason. Then he paused and told us something that sent chills down our spine. If you remove a person's independence, you also remove their will. The mind gives up before the body ever does. His message to every family out there: start the conversation early. Don't wait until your back is against the wall. Create a plan that keeps your values intact, not just your medical chart. True care, he said, doesn't mean more supervision. It means more respect. And that one sentence hit us hard. But what if the biggest danger isn't just what care facilities take away? What if it's what we assume we have no control over? Let's dig into the final, most controversial lesson. Lesson 6. It's not too late. Breaking the old and done lie. Who says turning 70 means giving up your freedom? That's a lie. And I've got proof. There's a message society keeps whispering to people over 65. You've had your time. Now sit down. Be quiet. Let others take care of you. But what if I told you that belief is more damaging than aging itself? Meet Rosa, 74 years old, from Oregon. Everyone told her she couldn't live alone after her minor stroke. They said, "You'll be safer in a facility. You can't drive anymore. You need help." But Rosa didn't accept that fate. Instead of giving in, she hired a trainer, learned meal prep, and started a small poetry group from her living room. She didn't move into a nursing home. She built her own version of community. Now, she's stronger, mentally sharper, and more socially connected than she was at 60. The truth is, aging doesn't erase your ability to choose, grow, or adapt. Society does. And here's what the data says. Seniors who stay mentally active delay cognitive decline by up to 7 years. Those with meaningful daily roles live longer and report higher life satisfaction. Even small acts of control, like choosing your meal time, boost emotional well-being by 30%. So don't buy into the lie that you're done. You're not. You still have time to build something beautiful, something yours, even at 75, even at 85. The real question is, are you willing to choose differently while you still can? The message that matters most. We've talked about isolation, hidden risks, dignity, and choices. And now here's the truth. No one told you. Aging is not what robs you of life. It's giving up control that does. You can't stop time. But you can stop surrendering to a system that treats you like a task to manage. You deserve more than safety. You deserve joy, meaning, autonomy. Getting older is mandatory, but growing powerless? That's a choice. And here's the good news. Every hard lesson you've just learned, it gives you a head start. You're no longer walking into this blind. You can prepare. You can design your own path. And you can protect the part of you that matters most. Your story. All it takes is one decision. To be active, not passive, in how you age. Final, your next step. So what now? Start simple. Share this video with someone you love, your parent, your partner, your friend who's quietly worried about aging, because the conversation about nursing homes shouldn't begin after a crisis. It should start today, with honesty and heart. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe. Every week we uncover the real truths behind aging and how to stay in charge of your health, your home, and your happiness. Next week we'll dive into steps to rebuild trust and connection with your adult children after 65. If you've ever felt distant, unheard, or judged by your own kids, don't miss it. And finally, just know this. You are not alone in this. I'm here. And so is this growing community of strong, thoughtful people like you who refuse to let age define the end of their story. Until next time, stay proud, stay powerful, and take care of that beautiful future you still have.